What's up, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to talk a little bit today about a lot of the violence that's going on in America right now. Now, it's like, we have a lot of mass shootings, a lot of different, lunacy that's going around where it's leaving people scratching their heads. And I was sitting here pondering about it. And I was, like a lot of you guys out there, we're like, what's going on? It's like a big rash of this stuff all of a sudden. Or it seems like certain crimes, they happen in like little sprees. And then they stop and then it goes to something else. But all in all, it's a bunch of bedlam in America as far as, random acts of violence against innocent people. And I wanted to sit here today and I really wanted to, psychologically dig into this and just give my 2 cents of what I think is the problem. And I'm going to first begin by saying this. In 2015, they did a poll and they were asking Americans, how concerned were they about being caught up in a mass shooting? And the poll revealed that 11% of America really was concerned that would happen. Now today, with the rash of mass shootings growing almost every year, that total now is at 48% of nationally. 48% of people in a 7 to 8 year period believe now that it's a good chance they can be caught in a random act of violence that injures or kills multiple people. And honestly, that's upsetting, because you're in America, you feel like you're safe. Feel like the government can protect you. Feel like everybody, and you hear all these great things about America, being a good place and this and that. And now all of a sudden, just going to a store, you might not come home. And that's a fearful thing that a lot of citizens go through and think about. Should it be like that? Nah, I don't know. But I mean, it is what it is right now. And we got to be careful and we got to have our guards up for doing the most minuscule, simple task as going to a grocery store. But anyway, I'm going to get into this. I think there are 2 big reasons, and this is just my opinion, 2 big reasons why we have a rash of violence that results in the loss of innocent lives from random strangers that feel as though the world owes them something. The first thing is this. I think the post-pandemic adjustments that had to be made in the quarantine period where people had to be inside the house. Now I'm going to go with this one first. I think when the virus hit and people were housebound, a lot of people that, were working from home, or a lot of people lost their jobs. They might have had good positions. Companies was losing, money by not operating. And a lot of people lost prominent positions or jobs that they really did like. And they have not yet recovered from that. Hell, America has not recovered from that. I invest in the stock market and I can still see the ramifications of when the country was shut down temporarily in the stock performances. And it affected people as well. Remember, we're still in bad economic times. Inflation is still at 5%. It was up at 9. Now it's down to 5. They're still doing rate hikes. So a lot of things that people want to buy, they can't. The home you want, because the interest rates are high. The home you want, the car you want. You might have to sit on some cash. You might be running through your cash reserves because things are too high. Food is expensive, clothing, a lot of different other things. People can't go on vacation like they want. All of this stuff builds up, right? Now, with the post-pandemic adjustment, you know what I'm saying? Once it was lifted, a lot of people had to go find work. A lot of people had to get called back to the office. But during that time when people are inside, a lot of times people went crazy. And I'm not saying it just drove people mad. A lot of people picked up drinking problems, drug abuse rose. This is things nobody's talking about. A lot of people that had drinking problems really went over the edge. A lot of things change a lot of people, a lot of times for the worse. Then people get called back and get used to sitting at home. All of a sudden, they got to go back to the office. That created the confusion. See, I'm not saying people that are doing mass shootings or people that, the virus is what messed it up, but it was a contributing factor to changing the lives and the normal way America ran, where people was content. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the first thing, the post-pandemic adjustments, where people took a great loss. Second thing, and I jumped into it a little bit, is the economic pressure that people are facing right now. Like I said, interest rates are up. Inflation's high. We're in a recession. A lot of people don't want to admit it. We're in a recession. You know what I'm saying? It creates fear, uncertainty, and a lot of social dissatisfaction. And people, trust me, people are socially dissatisfied. I just named a few things. Wanting to do what you can't. Not having your money right. Fear of keeping your job. They're laying people off because remember, when interest rates raise, it makes money more expensive to borrow. Therefore, companies can't borrow money and make the moves that they usually do to keep a company prominent and fully functioning. So what? They have to slash employment. A lot of people are out of jobs. A lot of people don't know if their job is going to keep them. Thus, you have a lot of fear, which leads to uncertainty. A lot of people are like, hey, I've been here a certain amount of time. I'm almost about to retire. People are stressed out, and it triggers them. It triggers them. Think about it. I didn't do the story, but a guy in Chicago, old man, shot his neighbor because he was using a leaf blower to blow after he did his grass. Went right out there, argued with him, and shot him in the face. People are socially dissatisfied. A lot of people want to be heard. A lot of people feel as though at their age, they should be at a certain point in life. And we all like that. You should be at a certain point in life and you're frustrated. It's a lot of frustration in American people right now. A lot of mental illness. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the mentally ill now are coming out because it's just one of those things. You're just starting to see a big rash. And I think, a lot of people like bringing up mental illness. I think they've always been crazy people. It's just now that it's a crack in the door, depending on certain situations. And a lot of people are just walking through it and you're just starting to see it. But I think these people always been out there and they're a lot more than what people believe. I think a lot of the population has some type of mental illness. It might be in the food we eat, the things we drink, or something. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff and a lot of places in America seem like they're going by the wayside. Look at Kensington, in Philadelphia, Kensington area, with they call it zombie land or whatever, where all the drug use and the drugs, they got to take the city to go clean the streets up multiple times, because of just junkies laying around and stuff like that. That's not what the dream of America was supposed to be to a lot of people. And I think, honestly, economic pressure, post-pandemic adjustments are the main two reasons why we're seeing this high concentration of mass shootings in addition to mental illness. And the reason why I bring up mental illness, a lot of you guys don't know, the guy in Texas that shot up the family of 5, the Hispanic guy, they had the manhunt for him. He went outside and was shooting an assault rifle up in the air. The neighbor came out and told him, could he stop, because they had a baby sleeping, and that triggered him. People are getting triggered. That's the word, triggered. People are getting triggered for the stupidest reasons. You understand what I'm saying? Allen, Texas, the guy runs into the mall, shoots random people. Children as well. Killed 8, injured 7. Something is going on, and I think, in my opinion, it's post-pandemic adjustments, and it's a lot of economic pressure. Fear, uncertainty, and social dissatisfaction. That's just my opinion. Guys, I want you to leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that. Remember the guy shot the bank up that he worked at? Just went in there, I'm gonna shoot the bank up. And did that. And because this is why I know it's a lot of social dissatisfaction. And economic pressure, people are under pressure, some type of pressure, because when they're shooting these places up, they're not leaving. They're standing there expecting to get their lives taken. That right there lets you know something. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Region channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Just something to think about.